Nightmares, 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 nightmares. Going through a real nightmare, living a real nightmare, having nightmares, nightmares, having a nightmare, nightmares, nightmares. A nightmare, living a real life nightmare, going through a nightmare, living a real life nightmare, going through nightmare. Making sure my energy up, keeping my energy up, my hopes up, you hear me? Encouraging myself, fighting through this struggle, you hear me? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you hear me? No weapon formed against me or prosper. I'm a prosper, a real soldier, real true soldier, you hear me? With my chest up, my head high, you hear me? My head held high to the sky, you hear me? This is handsome price, staying sharp as attack, making sure I'm staying sharp as attack, endurance like a runner in a race, enduring like a runner in a race, you heard me? Making it through the fight, another night, living through these nightmares. Going through a nightmare, living in a nightmare, real tragic nightmare. A nightmare, yeah, a nightmare. Nightmares, going through a nightmare, living through a nightmare. Another nightmare, yeah, another nightmare. Born in a bed of hell, born in hell. Oppression and poverty, you hear me? Disadvantage, you hear me? The disadvantage, yeah, man. So hard growing up, not really knowing what you up against, becoming a man, still up against, you know, the enemy and his tactics, trying to bring you down, keep you down. A war against your mind, wars against your mind, you hear me? Plots and the schemes, enduring the plots and the schemes. Living through a nightmare, living through nightmares, going through nightmares. Oh, what a tear, oh, what a tear, oh, what a thorn in my side. Living through a nightmare, living through another nightmare, another thorn in my side. Living through a nightmare, going through another nightmare, living through a nightmare, going through another nightmare. Oh, what a nightmare, another thorn in my side. Living through nightmare, living through another nightmare.